Plus, we will also open the lines in case you would like to join us that which you want to discuss. I will give you the link, you can join and you can speak your mind on what you have just heard from. These from the mainstream channels. We have the CBI has not come out totally, but at least from the mainstream channels, what we are seeing about CBI, whatever your opinion is, to come forward and speak to everyone on our channel. So as we go through all of you, Vivan, Adya, Veena, Rajalakshmi. Rajalakshmi, please do not feel low. Okay, once. Is it clear, friends, now? Please tell me, give me a thumbs up if you feel that it's going right. So to Rajalakshmi, please do not feel low. This is only what the CBI has said and about the 2 cases they were handling. That's it. Now the family can challenge them. So I hope my voice is clear. Thank you, Milburn. And also welcome Shweta and also Fennel. So Rajalakshmi, please do not feel upset. We are with you and we will be standing together. Gloria, welcome. So welcome to all of you. Moshmi, welcome. It's always nice to see all of you, and I will be giving you the link so you can join me after we speak so that you can voice your thoughts. Now, as you know, friends, the CBI has, filed a closure report according to certain media channels. They have not come in the press. There is no press release saying that they have, given a closure report to 2 of the cases, that is in Sushant Singh Rajput's, death, whether, it is an abetment, the abetment to suicide has been denied, and the fact that, Ria's case against, the sister giving medicines has also been closed. So there's nothing of this sort. Now, now we know that there is an option to challenge this report. So, what I have done, friends, is I have written an open letter to Prime Minister Modi on Twitter, and it's also posted on our website on Candid Meena. So if you feel like, please do read it. So here I'm just going to read it out for you so that you know what is happening. Let me just bring it, okay? One second. I'm just trying to get it. One second. Can you just open this for me? So friends, now we'll go to the letter itself. Now what we've written is, and this is available on Twitter. So let me just read this out for you. Respected Prime Minister, warm greetings. With due respects regarding the Sushant Singh murder case, I have written to you twice and to Shri Eknath Shindeji once, when he was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, expressing my concerns about the delay in justice for Sushant Singh Rajput and Disha Salia. I was informed that the issues I raised would be taken into consideration by both the offices. 5 years have passed and nothing has happened. In fact, the CBI has now issued a closure report on the 2 cases they were investigating according to certain mainstream channels. Now, these including the case filed by Sushant Singh Rajput's father against Riya Chakravarti, the prime accused in the abetment to suicide, as well as Riya Chakravarti's case against Sushant Singh Rajput's sister administering drugs to her brother. First of all of us are very clear about the fact that neither of these deaths of Sushant or Disha were suicides. Now, Sushant Singh Rajput was not only a celebrated actor, but also deeply admired for his humane qualities and devotion to Lord Shiva. We recognize the collective dedication of those who have tirelessly sought justice for him, including dedicated individuals and journalists through our channel, Candid Meena, as well, who meticulously examined the available public evidence. Our patience has been tested over the years. The circumstances surrounding Sushant Singh Rajput's death led many to believe it was a case of gruesome murder where SSR was tortured to death. I'd expressed my doubts in a detailed article with the facts in Op India media right after his death. This suspicion gained traction when Samir Wankhede, the then bureau chief of the Narcotics Control Bureau, examined certain individuals connected to the case. Evidence surfaced in the form of WhatsApp chats, widely reported by channels such as Republic and Times Now, detailing conversations about the dosage of drugs allegedly given to SSR. Notably, Riya Chakravarti and Jaya Shah chatting, Jaya Shah of Quan Talent Management Agency, discussing how a particular drug could be dissolved in water without altering its taste so that Sushant would not know the difference. It's important to note that Chakravarti was described as SSR's girlfriend despite what was happening. At the same time, the ED, Enforcement Directorate, initiated questioning of Riya Chakravarti, her brother Shavik, and other individuals concerning a shell company they had formed alongside Sushant Singh Rajput. The ED's investigation explored the possibility of money laundering triggered by a complaint lodged by SSR's father with the Patna police regarding financial irregularities. The complaint alleged the unauthorized transfer of a significant amount of money from SSR's accounts to accounts that were not associated with him. Specifically, an FIR was registered in Patna on July 25th based on his father's allegations, claiming that rupees 15 crores had been transferred. The individuals were subjected to 18 hours of questioning regarding these financial discrepancies. We're talking about Shavik and Riya being questioned for 18 hours by the ED. Meanwhile, the news about Maharashtra government, then under Uddhav Thackeray, tampering with the case, and the then police commissioner Paramveer Singh and his subordinate Sachin Vaze removing all pieces of evidence came forth. In fact, Sachin Vaze was reappointed on June 6, 2020, 2 days before Disha Salian's death. Removing all evidence made it difficult for any investigation to be done judiciously and transparently. What then was the ex-chief minister's motive to hush the case? It was then that BJP politician Nitish Rane exposed the involvement of people close to the chief minister being involved in the SSR's and Disha's death, and that he had sufficient proof in a pen drive and through witnesses to prove this. In a related development, the death of Disha Salian, SSR's former business manager who worked at Cornerstone, owned by Bunty Sajde, was initially classified as a suicide from a high-rise building by Mumbai police. This finding was later contested by evidence suggesting a link to SSR's death. In fact, 5 years later now, her father Satish Salian, who initially affirmed the suicide ruling, possibly under political pressure, has since claimed that evidences point to her being murdered. We move to the next page. During an interview on Z, Disha Salian's mother claimed that her daughter was forced to attend a party, which we know was at a top female producer's house. Later details also emerged that the party included actors, politicians, designers, NGO members, and some others. Disha allegedly witnessed a disturbing incident involving minors and informed SSR, who then urged her to call the police and leave. Subsequently, she was reportedly attacked and murdered, and a nude body was found outside her apartment complex the following morning, which is 8th of June 2020. Now, Republic TV aired a report in which the building watchman where Disha stayed claimed that Disha Salian's boyfriend Rohan arrived and removed her body in his red car. The channel later stated that this watchman was replaced and the new watchman had no knowledge of what transpired. Added to this, the delayed postmortem in Disha Salian's case 2 days later sparked questions about the disposal of her body, particularly after her boyfriend allegedly removed it. The postmortem report indicated injuries to her body and private parts, and there are claims that the portions of the postmortem report were later altered or rather erased. Furthermore, the discrepancy in the dates of death were with Disha Salian dying on June 7th and SSR on June 13th, but officially recorded as June 8th and June 14th, has fueled speculation about potential efforts to protect individuals, including a female producer who was at the party. BJP politician Nitesh Rana alleged that a prominent politician's son, actors and others visited SSR's house on the night of duty, June 13th, the night he died. Rani claimed to have proof which he said he had shared with the CBI. SSR's death was declared a suicide by hanging the following day, 14th June. Several prominent actors strangely tweeted his death much earlier than before the official announcement was made on June 14th. How did they know he was dead? A female producer and her friends also expressed their condolences on Twitter. Coincidentally, a day later, the same female producer, a BJP politician friend of the producer, and a top fashion designer all tweeted simultaneously about the need to combat child abuse. This sudden coordinated appeal raised suspicions as they had not previously demonstrated such synchronized social media activity. So moving on to the next page. Yes. So let me just move on to the next page. Photographs released after SSR's death depicted extensive injuries to his body, including facial bruising, a broken leg, a twisted arm, marks suggesting strangulation and blackened eyes. This despite efforts of certain Mahavikas Aghadi politicians to police to not expose these pictures to public or social media. The body was transported for post-mortem in a Congress politician's ambulance, Baba Siddiqui's, by a driver in plain clothes who was seen directing police officers. The body, which was when removed, appeared suspiciously longer and bulkier than expected, raising concerns about its contents. Additionally, SSR's cook was reportedly seen fleeing with a plastic bag containing an unidentified substance. Adding to the growing suspicion, reports surfaced that a prominent Bollywood figure advised Riya Chakravarti to leave SSR's residence as if anticipating some catastrophe. On 13th night, SSR died and it was declared on 14th June. SSR's family were kept at a distance by producer Sandeep Singh, except for SSR's sister Meetu. SSR's father said earlier they were not allowed to interact with Sushant when he was alive. His cell numbers were also being changed frequently. Concerns were also raised regarding the hurried nighttime post-mortem conducted by 5 doctors at Cooper Hospital, despite standard procedure required daytime examinations. Following the declaration of suicide, these doctors reportedly went on leave. Why? Reports indicate that the funerals of SSR and Disha Salian were conducted with unusual speed, raising suspicions about the rush before the actual investigation began. When federal agencies were directed by the Supreme Court to investigate the case, the ED and NCB showed considerable activity, while the CBI remained notably silent for 5 years. During this period, 2 corrupt NCB officers were also framed. The ex-bureau chief of NCB, Samir Wankhede, were also exposed. But and this is my comment, no mainstream media covered that. The question then remains that why certain groups feared SSR and Disha Salian's presence. Did they have information that could reveal their clandestine operations? With reports suggesting they possessed knowledge of potentially damaging activities. It is alleged that SSR owned 5 hard drives containing evidence of these activities, which reportedly included drug trafficking and exploitation, drug dealings, and money laundering. So let me just go on to the next page. Money laundering, shell company operations, and collusion with foreign adversaries. SSR and Disha were reportedly planning to disclose this information at a press conference before their deaths. So were they eliminated? It is the suspicion of murder of Sushant Singh Rajput and Disha Salian have now resurfaced as Disha's father has filed a writ petition for a fresh probe in the case and the link to the Bombay High Court after 5 years of silence, claiming her death was not a suicide but a murder. He points to the lack of injuries and bloodstains consistent with the fall from a high-rise building, as claimed by Mumbai police earlier, raising suspicions about the official account. He is demanding a fresh investigation into her death and the alleged role of Aditya Thackeray and has filed a writ petition in the Bombay High Court. Now that the CBI has issued a closure report, we demand you investigate the apparent cover-up of these cases despite compelling evidence and eyewitness accounts cited by BJP party member Nitesh Rani. As a leader who champions a corruption-free system and fights for justice, now the address is directly to the Prime Minister. As a leader who champions a corruption-free system and fights for justice, we insist on a full and truthful investigation. All the above proves that these are murders most foul. We question whether the system's dismissal of numerous deaths as suicide sets a dangerous precedent and urgently request your help to solve these cases and deliver justice to the families. The SSRians who have pursued this for 5 years rely on you to seek justice not only for SSR and Disha, but for all the innocent individuals whose deaths continue to be labeled as suicides. Thanking you, and that is how we ended the letter. Now, friends, if we move on to this case, everybody seems to be rather disappointed with what's happening. But now, Sushant Singh Rajput's, sister can now challenge this case in court. And as you know, she has been very vocal on social media, expressing her determination to continue seeking justice for her brother. And you'll also notice that I think I've just put her tweet as well here. So let me just see where I put it. Okay, so it is not here. But in the tweet, she says that she is going to challenge it. So I'll just read out what she has written. She wrote that, bring it on. You all, I'm not reading out the 4-letter words, and dash. These words are there in the lexicon for a reason of left, right, and center. Rest assured, you all will be out of your depths legally and spiritually. I'm ready. So this is what she has said. So let us hope that she will come out strongly. Being a lawyer, she has all the points with her. And now I open the lines for you, friends. So in case you'd like to join me, this is the link. If you'd like to join me live, please do come. So here, so the good news is that now the family can actually challenge what the CBI has said, and they can come out with, counter the thing, saying that it was actually a murder. As you know, the sister Shweta's tweets have often conveyed a strong sense of distrust in the investigation, CBI's investigation outcome, and she has always called for a thorough and transparent investigation in the circumstances surrounding her brother's death. And she has always emphasized that she and her family believe there are unanswered questions and a potential foul play. She has used social media to rally support from Sushant's fans and the public. So, friends, now the link is on, and in case you'd like to join, please do join. Meanwhile, I'll take some of the comments. So let me just start with the comments. Welcome, Vidya. Welcome. Always nice to see you. And as you know, Vidya, what has happened has made people very disillusioned. But that is not that should not be the case, because the case can be challenged and in Supreme Court. And this is something that the sister can do because she is a lawyer. Please do speak, Vidya. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's very disturbing that this has happened. But you're right, it's only about closure of these two specific cases. I just wonder that there has to be a way out, because if I mean, this is an easy thing to do in a way that you commit a murder and you wipe out evidence. Anybody, this can become a very common thing. So, you putting an institute like CBI in it, surely the job should be to find a way around this problem as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also, friends and Vidya, see, please remember that this news is being only spread by certain mainstream channels. It has not come out as a press release. So, CBI themselves have not come out and put a press release. So, this is something very fishy. Why is CBI not coming out in the open and giving a press conference and saying this? Yes, Vidya.
Yes.
Yeah. So Ajay says the biggest flaw ever in Indian government since our independence is the CBI. Despite having clear evidences and loopholes in the case spread over the internet, they termed it as a suicide. And Ajay says the worst is instead of staying silent, Dear Mirza says media should apologize to Ria. Yes, it's a fact that all these people in Bollywood have started speaking in praise of Ria Chakravarti. Meenaji, you're very dedicated towards your work by writing this letter, but they haven't taken any action. This matter ignored your last two letters, and now this closure on the case. Well, Fennel, it's not it's only a closure as far as the CBI is concerned. The family can now challenge it in Supreme Court. I think it is the ideal time for the family to wake up and start taking action. No justice, no action, only small triggers and drama during the election time, feeling sorry for these innocent souls departed from the country. Now, coming back to some of the comments, so Shashank says, what is open source information? Go figure. Uh, yes. Yes, Vidya, would you like to pass a few more comments?
Yeah, I also feel that I'm not going to jump and blame the government of the present dispensation, because I think to change, a corrupt thing all the way, all institutions are colluding in a corrupt system, and there's underworld involved as well. You can't do one act and expect that to solve the problem. You really
Absolutely.
need sometimes to dig deep and remove it from the roots. And that cannot happen by just cutting off branches and waiting for the tree to die, because things will keep sprouting as well. So, if you need to remove the things from the rotting roots, then the tree is so big, it can't be done so quickly, I guess. I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yes, what you said is right, because for India has been known so many years for corruption under the UPA regime that to clean the system, it will take a long time. And yes, Modi ji has been doing a lot of it in the last 10 years of his. But it is still not enough because there is so much of corruption, and people prefer to make quick money rather than earning in the right sense.
I think the young today, this what has happened with the judge finding that cash. Earlier, that whole generation of a few people always being idealistic and not caving into these temptations is dwindling as well. You find youngsters less idealistic, and supporting a system that gives quick benefits rather
Yeah.
than.
In fact, Vidya, what you said is so true, because if you look at the Calcutta case where the doctor was gang raped and killed, uh,
Yes.
we thought when Mr. Chandrachud came, and it was, everybody could see the legal proceedings. It was very transparent. We thought that the girl
Yes.
and her parents would get justice, the dead lady. But what
Yes.
happened? They only fooled us. CBI
Yes.
said that there was one man who did it, and that puny man, he can't even swat a fly. So he was put in jail, and the people who actually did it escaped. And then, to add salt on the wounds of the parents, the court offered the parents 25 lakhs, which they refused to take. So you see the way CBI is working, and you see the way
Yeah.
the justice system is working. And with the Justice Verma's recent incident of cash being found in his house shows that corruption is everywhere.
Yes, and this is the same thing that again evidence police comes, rushes in, instead of filing an FIR and sealing a place, they clean out the evidence. They don't stop, they don't, put those yellow tapes and say no entry and ensure, set up new cameras so that, if anybody tries to then do something that's caught on their own camera. These are the ways. And so I don't understand, if a common man, a person can think of these things, why the CBI can't stand up in court and say, no matter what has happened, the court should not just look at what's written in the postmortem or in the case diary, but actually see how these things go beyond, and how the raita has been spread,
Yeah. So there are two comments that I will just take. One is Veni, who says that, see, I feel like crying. With regards to SSR case, and Abhishek says, what is the good news? So the good news is that the sister can now freely approach the Supreme Court and say that they need to re-examine the case, which is not a suicide, it is a murder, and bring the case back. So this is something that they can do now because they are free to do that. CBI has already closed the case. If that is the truth, or whether mischief makers are at play and just spreading this news, we do not know. Because when I opened Facebook, I found Times of India. You see, this paper is so mischievous. This paper says that, see, Ria needs to get an apology. Ria needs this. Ria needs this. Ria needs this. Who are these people? You know. So I think, Shiva, you are trying to connect with us. Please connect your devices. Then only we can link you. So please connect your devices. Yeah. So, and as far as the lady Vani or Vinu, Veena is Vini, do not be upset. There, after 29th of this month, apparently good things are going to happen. So if the court on earth is not going to function, I think the ethereal forces are going to work. Lena says no one should ever turn to CBI. They are known to botch up cases. Also, please don't forget the fact that in NCB, the two bosses of Samir Wankade were caught on corruption cases, but nothing was exposed by mainstream media. Though we ran this in our channel, not even one media channel exposed that. So you see the way they are covering up, and then after that they apologize, saying that, see, Samir Wankade was, it was sad that Samir Wankade was unjustly transferred. So these are things that are very shocking, isn't it? An officer like Samir Wankade being punished like this for nothing. So this is how they work. Welcome, Abhishek. Do speak. Abhishek, can you speak? You need to unmute yourself.
जी 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 मैम, नमस्कार मैम।
Namaskar.
जी मैम। मैम यही है कि बहुत दुख हो रहा है कि 4-4.5 साल, अभी 5 साल होने वाले हैं जून में। बहुत दुख हो रहा है कि सीबीआई को कुछ भी एविडेंस नहीं मिला और रिया चक्रवर्ती को क्लीन चिट दे देगी किस बिहार में, जबकि एनसीबी ने चार्जशीट दायर की थी रिया चक्रवर्ती के खिलाफ ड्रग्स केस में कि रिया चक्रवर्ती ने ही सुशांत को ड्रग्स दिए थे और वहां पर चार्जशीट दायर है। और यहाँ पर क्लीन चिट देना सीबीआई का मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आया। रूप कुमार शाह ने खुद बोला था कि पोस्टमार्टम मैंने किया था सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का। और सबसे पहली बात है कि रात को पोस्टमार्टम तब होता है जब कोई टेररिस्ट एक्टिविटी होती है, जहाँ कोई इमरजेंसी होती है। और सीबीआई ने उस चीज का क्या किया, सुधीर गुप्ता ने बोला था विकास सिंह जी को, जो लॉयर हैं सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के पहले वाले, उनको बोला था कि 200% मर्डर है। कैसे रातों रात वो रिपोर्ट बदल जाती है। और एक व्हाट्सएप चैट में आज तक वाले बोलते हैं कि हमने जो बोला था वही सीबीआई ने भी बोला है। यानी कि आज तक भी कोई ये नहीं पता अभी तक कि सीबीआई के भी कोई ऑफिशियल इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं आई है, ना सीबीआई ने कोई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके बताया ये सब चीजें। और जो एफआईआर सीबीआई की थी वो आरसी से स्टार्ट होती है लास्ट के 0001, और वो वाली एफआईआर कैसे चेंज हो गई। और ये भी सब देखने की चीजें हैं कि ये अभी तक, अब सुशांत की फैमिली देखो, प्रियंका दीदी ने जो अप्रोच किया है कोर्ट में कि इसको चैलेंज करेंगे, और ये हम भी नहीं बिल्कुल मानते कि सुशांत ने कभी सुसाइड किया है। और रिया चक्रवर्ती को तो क्लीन चिट नहीं मिली है, एनसीबी ने भी नहीं दी है, और ना ही सीबीआई देगी, क्योंकि हमें पता है कि सुशांत का मर्डर हुआ है। और जो वो प्रियंका दी ने पहले भी बोला था कि नेक्सस बहुत बड़ा है, ये वो भी इस नेक्सस के खिलाफ लड़ रही थी। और कहीं ना कहीं ये सीबीआई ने जो किया है बिल्कुल भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं था सीबीआई से। और समीर सर ने भी बहुत अच्छा वर्क किया है इसमें। और बहुत अच्छा अभी देख रहे हैं कि टावर लोकेशन है, जो जो अभी दिशा सर की केस की, वो भी 2 अप्रैल को हियरिंग है। तो हम, मीना मैम, मेरे को तो सीधे सीधे बहुत दुख हो रहा है कि इतनी प्रेयर्स की सुशांत के लिए, और सीबीआई ने क्या किया, कुछ भी नहीं।
हाँ, तो इसमें मैं जरा हिंदी में बात करती हूँ कि ये सीबीआई ने कोई कोई प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस नहीं दिया, तो इसमें हमें पता नहीं कि ये ऑफिशियल है कि नहीं। कुछ मीडिया चैनल्स जैसे टाइम्स और रिपब्लिक और इंडिया टुडे ने कहा कि ये ऐसे हुआ है कि क्लोजर रिपोर्ट किया है सीबीआई। तो और इनको ये इसमें सब दे हैव क्लोज बोथ द केसेस। तो इसमें हमें खराब नहीं लगना है, क्योंकि अभी जो उनका फैमिली है, एसएसआर का फैमिली है और उनका लॉयर बहन है, वो अभी सुप्रीम कोर्ट अप्रोच कर सकती है और ये केस फिर से ले सकती है। तो ये मैं एक अच्छी न्यूज सोच रही हूँ कि ये इसमें कोई चेंज आएगा। क्योंकि अगर हम सब एस्ट्रोलॉजी में सब विश्वास करें तो ये 29th ऑफ दिस मंथ के बाद बहुत अच्छी प्रिडिक्शंस है, तो शायद ये केस भी सॉल्व हो जाए। तो इसलिए जो भी मुझे पहले थोड़ा खराब लगा, जैसे आपको आप सबको लगा, मगर फिर मैं व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड स्टडीइंग इट, मुझे पता चला कि ये कुछ लोग ये स्प्रेड कर रहे हैं। और सीबीआई को तो इतना भी धैर्य नहीं है कि एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस रख के बोले कि हमने क्लोज किया। इसका मतलब वो लोग भी झिझक रहे हैं। तो उसमें उनमें ये जो फेडरल एजेंसी, उनमें भी डर है ऐसे कहने को। इसलिए मैंने ये ओपन लेटर प्राइम मिनिस्टर को लिखा, अमित शाह को कॉपी किया, योगी जी को किया, हेमंत शर्मा को किया। तो अगर ये देख के फिर मैं इसका प्रिंट आउट भी प्राइम मिनिस्टर को भेजूंगी। ये इतना हम कर सकते हैं, मगर अब तो ये पूरी जिम्मेदारी एसएसआर की फैमिली के ऊपर है। उसका बहन अभी शी शुड नॉट बी इन द बैकग्राउंड, शी हैज टू कम, आगे आना चाहिए। और अभी जो उसने ट्वीट किया सुबह, उसने कहा कि मैं ये केस लूंगी। तो इसका मतलब है कि उसमें अभी थोड़ा दम आया है और वो करेगी। तो अभिषेक एंड ऑल्सो अदर्स हु आर
मीना मैम,
स्पीकिंग।
गुप्तेश्वर पांडे आपको पता होगा, जिन्होंने बिहार की जांच की थी,
हाँ
बल्कि बिहार
हाँ
पुलिस ने जांच की थी सुशांत केस में। उन्होंने खुद बोला कि क्वारंटाइन अनप्रोफेशनल ढंग से, अभी रिपब्लिक पे इंटरव्यू आया है उनके, उन्होंने बोला ये केस खत्म नहीं हुआ है, ये केस दोबारा से खुल सकता है, क्योंकि सुशांत की सिस्टर ने, उन्होंने इसमें पॉइंट रखा कि सुशांत की सिस्टर ने चैलेंज किया है इसको कोर्ट में, तो दोबारा से ये केस खुल सकता
हाँ,
है, ये केस बंद नहीं हुआ है।
absolutely. Savitri, you would like to say something? Savitri, can you unmute yourself? If you're there, Savitri, would you like to speak?
Hello?
Yeah, Savitri,
Oh,
please
sorry,
speak.
sorry. Long time, but I watch all your, shows later, 10 baje or next day, 8 to 9 is little hectic for me.
Yes.
But today, yes, 3, 4 days, actually 5 years, ye to almost, it was like dead this. Then
Mm.
1 week seeing Republic, I had some hope. I said, wow, good, Shani Bhagwan, all this doing. And today, and I was so off, like, I said, what gimmick they are playing with people emotions, especially Disha's father. Daddy also, he looks so lost. We don't know what they are undergoing. They are just middle class. Now the only hope, now you said, I can tell you, aapke muh mein ghee shakar, I just hope, hope, hope. And if SSR sisters, it is this time, I just hope they come. Jessica Lal and all, same it was. But that sister fought like hell. Your four sisters all are well to do, well accomplished, well educated. Bibi, if they don't come, we should just know it. And I just pray something happens. It's not about only SSR. I mean, there has to be some justice. Today, when you see Siddhi Vinayak, I stay in Bombay, seeing that female there, it burns me. Oh God, just hope. I mean, Meena, let's hope for the best. But yes, it's really, really sad. And I just hope the central government also, it's high time they do it. All
Yeah.
whatever the letter you have written, hats off. But agar if they are not doing, then we should, I think, just live it. Not to be
No.
pessimistic,
Huh, huh.
but
But in which case,
it's sad.
Savitri, if they're not
Yeah.
listening to our letter, which is actually the voice of millions of people, that means that
Yep.
there's something wrong with the leadership. If the leadership
Yes,
is not looking at
that's
the public and their voices,
yes.
it means there's something
Yeah.
wrong with the leadership. Now, let
Then
me tell you one incident. One incident. Recently, the Aurangzeb thing that happened in Nagpur, huh? The
yeah.
house of that person who instigated the violence, his house
Mm-hmm.
was destroyed. The extra
Yeah.
illegal side was destroyed. If Fadnavis can do that, why can't he challenge CBI? The
You bet.
same man who can do that,
Fadnavis.
yeah, why can't he
Yes.
do this?
And even I think CBI reports the HM, Home Minister. So, I mean, Amit Shah has to get up and do it. Like it's
Yes,
entirely, I think they are supposed to, report to the Home Minister. So, I mean, the less said, the better. And hats off to all of us for praying. Baki Upar Wala, Jai Ganesha.
absolutely.
Chalo, I'll take a leave, dear.
Yeah.
Bye
Oh,
bye and all the
bye.
best to you. God bless
Thank you
you
so much.
also. Yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
so
Bye.
much.
Yes.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yes. Back to you, Vidya. So, would you like to say something, Vidya? 1 second. You're muted. You can unmute yourself.
No, I'm happy that I like the letter you wrote, and it takes a lot of energy also to keep at it. And keep praying that hopefully something.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the only thing we can say. And Vinny says, yes, I know everybody's praying, but keep praying. I'm sure SSR will get justice. And Amna says, ma'am, all paid channels and paid PR media active with shame lies. Yes, absolutely. And only common man's house will get destroyed, not when politician's house, see Ardash society not broken. Please send a copy to Shri. Yes, we will do that. Meena ji, did you write to yes, I'm actually sending this letter to the president as well. So these are the only things we can do as common public. And if they listen to our voices, otherwise what will happen is every now and then such murders will happen and they will say that it is a suicide. And this is how they protect themselves. You even saw in the Saif Ali Khan case, when we looked at the hospital, we found out that Paramveer Singh is sitting there. And there they have started saying that there is black magic happening. And they found some bones in some of the, in some of the urns or the, pots. So this man is making some problem there as well. So how can such a man who has witnessed everything, who has been allegedly destroying all the evidence in the SSR and Disha case, been given such a high appointment? Who did it? Now, this is also something that Fadnavis should tell us, that instead of questioning him, he has been given a promotion. So there is something
And
that is should be exposed. Yes. Vidya.
And why can't the CBI ask for special permission to interrogate such a person who spread all the lies to begin with?
Yes. Mahia says the SSR system will fight back. Wait, justice for SSR and justice for Disha Salian, justice for Rajiv Khandelwal. And of course, don't forget the Palgar Sadhus. What about them? They also were killed mercilessly. So all this has to come to some sort of a conclusion. Thank you, friends. Thank you, Vidya, for joining us. We'll
Thank
pray
you.
and wait that something happens and we all get some justice. Good night. Jai Hind.
Bye.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.